Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. We are live here in London. It's our nighttime devotion. It is approaching 8 p.m. on a Sunday evening. The devotional is called To Be Like Jesus, and today the title is Cooperating with God in Work Promotes Happiness. 1 Corinthians 4:12, and we labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless, being persecuted, we endure. At the creation, labor was appointed as a blessing. It meant development, power, and happiness. The changed condition of the earth through the curse of sin has brought a change in the conditions of labor. Yet though now attended with anxiety, weariness, and pain, it is still a source of happiness and development. And it is a safeguard against temptation. Its discipline places a check on self-indulgence and promotes industry, purity, and firmness. Thus, it becomes a part of God's great plan for our recovery from the fall. The youth and others should be led to see the true dignity of labor. Show them that God is a constant worker. All things in nature do their allotted work. Action pervades the whole creation. And in order to fulfill our mission, we too must be active. In our labor, we are to be workers together with God. He gives us the earth and its treasures, but we must adapt them to our use and comfort. He causes the trees to grow, but we prepare the timber and build the house. He's hidden in the earth the gold and silver, the iron and the coal, but it is only through toil that we can obtain them. While God has created and constantly controls all things, He has endowed us with a power not wholly unlike His. To us has been given a degree of control over the forces of nature. As God called forth the earth to its beauty out of chaos, so we can bring order and beauty out of confusion. And though all things are now marred with evil, yet in our completed work, we feel a joy akin to His when looking on the fair earth, He pronounced it very good. As a rule, the exercise most beneficial to the youth will be found in useful employment. The little children find both diversion and development in play, and their sports should be such as to promote not only physical but mental and spiritual growth. As they gain strength and intelligence, the best recreation will be found in some line of effort that is useful. That which trains the hand to helpfulness and teaches the young to bear their share of life's burdens is most effective in promoting the growth of mind and character. Cooperating with God in work promotes happiness. So, in essence, what is being said here is we are supposed to work. We are supposed to be active, physically active. We are supposed to be physically active, having to think and do, not just like a drone working hard, just doing whatever that we don't have to think about. It's a case of we are having to think, perhaps plan, and do. So be physically active, mentally active, and of course, when it's done in nature, in the natural surroundings, it will be spiritually active too. At the creation, labor was appointed as a blessing. He put Adam in the garden to tend the garden. So Adam's, I'm not going to say daily life, because they didn't have day and night time as such. Well, he did. Actually, he did. So I'm wrong there. Sorry. That was a severe mistake. In the garden, day and night, day and night, daytime, Adam would be tending the garden. He would be looking after the plants, looking after the animals, doing all that needs to be done. I don't know to what extent, because before the sin, there were probably no weeds and such like. But he was put there to tend the garden. Discipline. If you're going to work, you need discipline, and discipline places a check on self-indulgence. It promotes industry, purity, and firmness. If you're working and it's physically active work, mentally active, you don't have time for anything to put your mind to where you get diverted, distracted. Self-indulgence should not be coming into it. When we're working, we are focused on what we're doing and getting it done. Young people are so obsessed with social media and such like. It's distraction, it is diversion, and they're not learning. They're learning stupid stuff, reality TV, Love Island, all that kind of stuff. It's not healthy, because you've got these people who are putting themselves out on this social media, making lots of money, and fair dues to them if they're making all their money from social media. But at the end of the day, what are our young people learning from that? Other than that, they want to do the same. They want to put themselves on social media. They want to make money from social media so they can put themselves out there. For what? What use are they when there's no electricity anymore? And there won't be electricity. Soon enough, the electricity will be gone. There'll be power cuts all over. Won't have electricity. Phones, social media, everything will be useless. And then what can you do? Can you paint? Can you build? Can you do plumbing, electric? Well, you don't need electric stuff then, but what can you do? Can you till the land? Can you plant? Can you grow? We need to. I'm being very fortunate. I have been very fortunate. When COVID hit, I went into construction and I spent 3 years in construction. And through that 3 years, I was, as has been said, it was like a crash course for me in construction. And I'm no expert, not at all. But I've got an idea of how things are done. YouTube is there right now. Watch it, learn from it. Learn how to make things, fix things, build things, whatever it is. And learn that what's available where we perhaps don't need electricity, etc. Yes, battery powered stuff. We can still charge things from solar powered charging equipment, etc. So electric with battery power, yes, if you can get stuff like that, like for building and things, even cooking, baking, whatever it is you feel you want to do. But think about things that don't need to plug into the mains, things you can power off solar energy. There are battery banks you can get where you can plug a USB things into, and those can be powered by solar energy. I've got about 8 of those, so we can still charge our phones, etc. If we can still use them, but you can still charge other things as well. Let's start thinking about when times change. Let's say we've got no electricity. Let's say we've got no clean running water, etc. No gas, all this kind of stuff. We're living on pure basics. No lights, no gas, no plumbing. This is how we need to start thinking about living. And this is where labor, working, learn things, how to live, how to self-sustain. This is the main subject. It should have been the main subject for a fair number of years. And if you're listening to this and you haven't heard of it, what we're calling country living is about finding a place out in the country where you're not relying on the system, living off grid. This is what we need to do. Jesus is coming. He's coming back. And we will be having to know all this and do all this before he comes back so we can survive instead of the system trying to control us. He's coming soon and in our lifetime. Let's be ready.